The group of 24 nations known as the G24 is asking for debt restructuring for its members following the effects of adverse shocks in recent years that have continued to impact the global economy. Briefing the media after their meeting at the ongoing annual meetings of the World Bank and IMF in Washington, D.C., the group observed that high debt levels and costs have continued to undermine progress in their nations.
We called for broader reforms of the sovereign debt architecture to focus on fiscal sustainability and improving country risk assessments by credit rating agencies. We emphasized the need for institutional mechanisms for crisis prevention and response to support countries with sustainable debt positions that face short-term liquidity shocks.
When we talk about a comprehensive sovereign debt restructuring framework, is a framework that includes not only bilateral creditors, a few bilateral creditors, but that also includes the private sector. The private sector is currently not included. So if a country has a private sector debt, it's not included as part of the common framework. And that also goes with the debt to international financial institutions like the IMF and the World Bank.
Nigeria is being represented here by Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, who is leading the national delegation. For Mr. Cardoso, the trade tensions affecting a lot of countries brought upon nations by tariffs put forward by American President Donald Trump has had little to no effects on the Nigerian economy because the country had already taken steps in the positive direction to guard against such incidences.
Really, from Nigeria's perspective, frankly, less of a problem for us. And I think we were very fortunate because a lot of the things that were needed to have been done, we did them much earlier. And as a result of that, we were able to create resilience and buffers against potential shocks. So, and of course, in terms of anchoring expectations, we found that those who followed the Nigerian economy were fairly comfortable. And for us, again, oil is basically the only commodity that was so exposed, and the impact on that was relatively modest.
The group said it supports equitable energy transition and called for global acceleration of development while reiterating its position on effective domestic resource mobilization and tax reforms. It also called for renewed international cooperation and close collaboration among Bretton Woods institutions and national governments to restore confidence in the global system. The International Group of 24 on International Monetary Affairs and Development, or the G24, was established in 1971 as a chapter of the Group of 77 in order to help coordinate the positions of developing countries on international monetary and development finance issues, as well as to ensure that their interests are adequately represented in negotiations on international monetary matters.